Welcome to PM Movie Recaps. Today's pick is a comedy and drama of 2017, Hindi medium. If you're ready, let's enjoy the video. Mita, a beautiful young girl that walks into the tailor's store with her mother to order a nice dress she wants to have tailor-made for herself. The tailor and her mother find the dress somewhat revealing for their taste. Fortunately, Raj, the tailor's son, is present and tells her he will make her the dress the way she wants it. His father doesn't know much about dresses. Raj is very attracted to her. He follows her everywhere and every day. Years go by. Chatu, Raj's employee, tries to sell some merchandise to the ladies on the streets, attempting to lure them into his shop. He manages to grab the attention of two women, but he's not actually able to give them what they want. Later, Raj comes in and works his magic on the ladies. Raj can't complete the sale, because someone calls him and he has to go immediately. Raj meets his wife, Mita, on a playground where she's being overprotective with their daughter, Pia. They left their daughter with her nanny and they leave together with the car. They take a tour around some nice private schools in order to decide which one they want to choose for their daughter. Mita places lots of importance on choosing the right school. But that's not the case with Raj. Mita comes to the conclusion about which the best school is. But there is a problem. That particular school only accepts students who live nearby and a 3-kilometer radius around the school. Mita tells Raj that they need to get a house near the area of the city, but Raj doesn't agree. She convinces him to move to a house closer to the Delhi grammar school. Mita throws a party so they can meet their new high society neighbors, but things don't go as planned. People will judge Raj's dancing skills as peculiar and Mita will feel a bit ashamed of him. The party is also crashed by Kabir and his wife Arti, along with their son Aryan. Kabir is an ex-lover of Mita. The next day the other kids won't play with Pia on the playground because she doesn't speak English. Getting into Delhi grammar appears to be more difficult than Mita and Raj thought. Raj has to wait in line consisted of 250 people just to take the application papers. Thankfully Mita bumps upon Kabir, who hints her to the school counselor. She will be able to help them. She agrees to help them, but before Pia is admitted by the school, the parents have to pass some tests themselves. She gives them some papers to fill out, but the parents mess it up because they fail to effectively describe their own daughter's character traits. The counselor hands them to a writer and the writer does the job for them. He describes Pia in words that Raj and Mita find hard to understand. Then they have to go through a series of interviews with the members of the school commission. They do well because the counselor has instructed them on what they should say. No matter what efforts they do, Pia is not accepted by the school due to her parents' low education level. That's the school's final decision. Raj tries to counterbalance the situation but realizes that bribing won't have an effect on the school's female principal, Lodha. Furthermore, his supposedly powerful friends can't really help him with anything. To make matters worse, Chatu visits Raj and Mita and tells them that his daughter got admitted into property, which is another department of the private school system. Mita falls deeper into depression. Raj goes back to the counselor the next day and asks her how that happened. His employee's daughter got admitted into private school, but Pia didn't. The counselor explains that Chatu's daughter got admitted via another but PA didn't. The counselor explains that Kato's daughter got admitted via another process, a lottery. But that lottery can only include the names of poor children. The counselor says that such a lottery exists in Delhi grammar as well. She also suggests that Raj can apply through the same form and put Pia's name into the lottery if he can prove that they are a poor family. But to do so, Raj has to get some fake papers about his fortune. Raj can't get those papers from the governmental services, but a random tea seller tells Raj that he can get the job done. He claims he has the connections to smuggle his daughter's name into the right people's hands and they can get her into the lottery. Raj runs home to tell Mita the good news and give her some hope. Their mood gets run when they see the school's principal on television. A reporter says that there are rumors of rich people pretending to be poor just to get their children admitted into the lottery. The principal says that there is no such thing happening. If anybody tries to do something like that, they will most probably end up in jail. She mentions that there will be teachers visiting the parents of the poor children in their homes to inspect with their own eyes if each family is poor for real or just pretending to be poor. Raj meets with this connection and expresses his worries about the principal's statements, but the man assures him that nothing bad is going to happen. He's been doing this process flawlessly for the last 7 years. Raj and Mita lie to everyone and tell them they are going to Europe for vacations, but in reality they dress like poor people and rent a house in a poor neighborhood. So if Pia's application is reviewed and someone wants to visit their house, they will look like they are extremely poor. Lodha calls a male teacher in our office the one who informed the press about the supposedly fake applications of the rich people. Since he has suspicions, the principal puts him in charge of the applications. He will be the one to visit the applicants and determine if they are really poor or faking it. The rented house is really small and drives Raj and Mita to whine to each other. They have some special guests in the house as well, a mice. The next morning, Mita uploads some pictures of them in front of the Eiffel Tower. They take those pictures with the assistance of a professional photographer who placed them in front of a green screen. In the meantime, Raj is stuck in the toilet because there's no water to clean himself. Luckily, there is a good neighbor willing to offer them 2 buckets of water. They become friends and invite him and his family in the house. These neighbors have also applied to Delhi Grammar for their own son's admission. While their water savior teaches them the art of killing mosquitoes, someone bangs on the door. They open up and see the teacher who is responsible for the applications control. A lot of neighbors gather around while the teacher inspects the house. He checks Raj's hands and they are soft. He compares them to the hands of another man and they are not even close. The teacher navigates around the house and sees Pia in a room eating pizza. That immediately clicks to him. He also sees some cold bottles of water. He asks them what's going on there? Are they faking it? Raj and Mita fall short for words, but Shyam neighbor saves them again. He says that these people don't yet know how to live below their means because they've recently got poor. They were rich but recently got poor. He will teach them how to live like the poor people do. Mita and Raj pick up all the story. The teacher seems convinced and goes away. Mita asked him about his decision, but the teacher hasn't decided yet. The next day Raj and Mita have to deal with the ugly face of poverty. Mita has to fight with other women to fill her bucket with water. Tulsi, Shyam's wife, will have to teach her to fight for herself but also stays silent when she needs to. At the same time, Shyam takes Raj to work with him in a snack production and packaging factory so he can earn some money. But Raj can't do the job and blocks the machines. Plus he needs too many breaks and the supervisor doesn't like that. They don't pay Raj anything because his performance was the worst ever. Raj and Mita meet in bed at night after a destructive day. Shyam has given Raj half of his wage and Tulsi has given Mita half her food supplies. Those people know how it feels like to go to bed with an empty stomach. Time passes by and people find themselves caught up in the same routine. The teacher returns back to Raj, Mita, Shyam and Tulsi and announces that their children have been admitted to Delhi Grammar's lottery. All of them get excited until the teacher says that there's still some cost. They still have to pay a certain amount of money for their children's activities in school. The teacher says they need to give them a final answer right there, right now. Shyam and Tulsi panic, but Raj and Mita are calmer because they have that amount of money available. The teacher demands an answer and Raj says they will send their children to Delhi Grammar. He will find a solution regarding the money. That night Raj pays a visit to ATM to take some money using his card. Shyam catches him in the act and Raj lies to him. He tells him he is stealing money out of the ATM. Shyam doesn't let him do it and takes them away. When they reach the road, Shyam is hit by a car. Raj wants to call the police, but Shyam and the driver work out on their own solution. The driver gives Shyam some money in exchange for his silence. Raj takes Shyam to the hospital and Shyam confesses that he intentionally jumped in front of the car to get hit and negotiate some unofficial money arrangements. Furthermore, Shyam gives the money to Raj for his daughter. It's time for the lottery to take place in Delhi Grammar, so 10 kids can be selected to start studying in school. Pia is lucky enough. But Shyam's son not that much. Shyam and Tulsi are sad, but they still want to celebrate Pia's admission. Raj and Mita start feeling guilty deep inside. Raj and Mita leave the poor neighborhood and return to their house near Delhi Grammar School. They can't forgive themselves for what happened with Shyam's family. Raj remembers that Shyam jumped in front of a car for his family. They decided to support a public school by donating a generous amount of money, but not just any school. The public school that Shyam's son attends. Shyam visits the school to thank the principal for what he's done. The principal reveals that he didn't do anything. If it wasn't for the donors, no improvement would have been possible to the facility. Shyam asked for the donor's address to visit and thank them. Shyam visits Raj, but he's so good-hearted that he doesn't make the connection at first, but eventually he does. It's unavoidable. Shyam says he's going to do what's fair and right for his son. He visits the school to speak with the principal Lodha. But Pia sees him from a distance and greets him, calling him uncle. Shyam is touched and he can't do what he came to do, he leaves. But now Raj can't stand himself. He sees Principal Lodha in her office and tells her the truth. Unfortunately, Lodha is not willing to do anything about this situation. What's happened has happened. She just tells him to go to the school theater and enjoy the show with the rest of the parents. Raj now pays a visit to the teacher who inspected and approved their application. A great show is going on in the theater. The show is not just consisted by children who study in Delhi grammar. Children from public schools are artfully mingled into their performance to send their own message and demonstrate their special talents. After the show, Raj invites himself on the podium and gives a heartbreaking speech about what really matters in life as opposed to what is expected to be important by the society. He talks about unethical interest as opposed to what real caring seems like. Everyone should have a right to proper education. Raj and Mita are finally ready to send their daughter to the public school. Thank you for watching, but before leaving, please make sure that you click subscribe and turn on the notification so that you can enjoy watching more videos like this.